Hello preparedness people, and welcome back to the Bigs Prep. My name is Cynthia, and today we're doing 11 more things that you can do this weekend to prepare for what's coming next. Great Depression, cyber attack, doesn't matter. So if you're ready, press the like button and let's get right into it. The first thing I'm doing this weekend to prep for no money is getting a library card. I used to have a library card when my kids were small, and then I just let it go. So today I'm gonna go in the library, I'm gonna take advantage of free books to read. Let's go. Since it was my first time there in a while, I was only able to check out 2 items. Look at all of the amazing titles that caught my eye. They had books on wellness, books on cooking, books on Florida, books on Florida gardening. I know that Mr. Biggs is gonna wanna come back with me next time so that we can stock up and increase our knowledge at no charge. On Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m., they have someone in the library to help you apply for government assistance on the computers if you don't have computer skills, and they even have tech help at the library once a week. It was National Free Comic Book Day. I did not know this, and they had a huge selection of comic books for everyone to take for free. The librarian said, take as many as you want. Check out all the cool stuff I got at the library. Look at this book. I've never seen this before. It has a lot of cool like water bath canning recipes in it. I am really excited to read this book. I'm really excited. Then I got a pamphlet and a bookmark. I got this book because a lot of the ingredients in a salad dressing is stuff from my long-term food storage. This is great because now if I run out of regular salad dressing, I can go ahead and make my own. This book has all the upcoming events at the library that you can take advantage of for free. And I got 3 comic books that I'm going to put in the SHTF entertainment category thing that I think Mr. Biggs would enjoy. He loves aliens, he loves zombies, and he loves steampunk. Those were totally free and I can add them to my preps. Really cool trip to the library. Let me know in the comments down below, do you have any free preparedness tips that you'd like to share? I'd love to feature it and give you a shout out in my next video. Next up, let's talk about fires. Nobody wants to talk about this, but it's a great way to prep for free. The next tip I have is to check your smoke detectors. The time change just happened about 4 weeks ago. Now is a great time to go ahead and test those out because you want to make sure that those are in working order. You don't have a dead battery. If you have batteries around the house, it's a great time to go ahead and change those. If you didn't do it on January 1st, it's a good time to check your smoke detectors, carbon monoxide detectors, your sump pump detectors, any kind of detectors. If something happens X and this detector is supposed to detect that happening, what if you have a freezer alarm? Does that work? Now's the time to check it. Check your fire extinguishers. Make sure that those fire extinguishers are in date and ready to go if your family were to have an emergency. You don't want to check it when something is already on fire in your house. Do you have fire extinguishers? Do you know how to put out a kitchen fire? Do you put salt on it? Do you cover it? Do you throw it in the water? How do you put out a kitchen fire? Today would be a great day to learn how to put out a simple kitchen fire and to make sure that those fire extinguishers are in date. My next tip is run a family fire drill. See how long it takes you to get out of the house if there was an emergency. It's so windy today. What is happening? If you're supposed to meet at the big tree out in the front, make sure that your kids know that that is where you're going to meet so that you can count heads in an emergency. They know the exits and how to get out of their bedroom, how to get out of their... What are you doing? How to get out of the bedroom, how to get out of the house. If the front door's on fire, can they get out the back door? Today is the day to practice that fire drill and make sure that all of your exits are clear in case there's an emergency. Another thing you can do at no cost today is track the sun in your yard. Where is it sunny? Where is it shady? What spots get shade all day and what spots get that direct afternoon sun? Where does the sun come up and you get those first morning rays, and where does it set in the afternoon? Knowing where the sun rises, sets, and how the sun affects the plants in your yard is an important prep that you can do for free. Think also about where are your natural pollinators. We decided to plant our citrus trees around this giant crepe myrtle because bees love the crepe myrtle and will go over and pollinate our citrus for us without any effort at all. Attracting natural pollinators is crucial for your garden. This tree that shades half of our garden has beautiful little white buds on it most of the year, and bees love it. They cluster around the tree all day long, collecting the pollen, so they naturally want to hang out in the garden. Before you plant, before you buy, before you do anything, research the kind of plants that you want, the kind of trees, flowering, anything, and track the sun in your yard to see where get morning sun, where gets the afternoon sun, and that way you know exactly where your plants are going to be most happy. That's a prep that you can do for free. This would be a great resource, a thing that you could read about gardening in Florida. We certainly didn't pay $14.99 for it. We got this book at a yard sale. Quick Google search, just reading about plants that you want to grow in the future and where they would be most happy in your yard is a great prep. Another thing you can do for free this weekend is check in with your pets. Make sure that they are feeling great, that they're looking great, that their nails are trimmed, and that they have their leashes, carriers, and tags. Do you know where those things are? It's time to get them together this weekend.
There's a pet we can check in with, huh, Tiki? Huh, how you doing?
Just look them over, make sure they're doing all right. Do they have any sores? She's been fighting. Do they have any sores? Do they have any cuts? No cuts for this baby. Do they have any ticks on them? Do they need to go to the vet? Today's a great day to check out your pets and just check in with them and make sure that they're doing great. And checking in with Dixie right here, you can see she's got some little, we call these beggar's lice. She's got some of those on her, so I'm just gonna pick those off real quick. Oh my goodness, you're covered in them. If you don't know where all the stuff is for your pets, now is a great time to get it together into one spot and put it accessible so that in case something happens, you're ready to go. Quick example, Dixie has horrible anxiety when it's time for thunderstorms, and we're getting thunderstorms nearly every day now in Florida. So I want to make sure that I have her Paw Power CBD oil and some Benadryl for those really bad thunderstorms ready and accessible in a spot where I know where they are and I can get to them quickly. And she feels good about herself. Quick disclaimer, I am not sponsored by Paw Power in any way. My dog really likes that product and it works for her. In this cabinet by the door, we have Cookie knows where that is, don't ya? We have Cookie's dog carrier. She's so excited. Every time she sees it, she thinks she's going to the groomer. And then we have all of our muzzles, leashes, their collars, tags, and everything ready to go in this basket. All I have to do is grab it, grab her, put her in her carrier, and we are ready to run out the door if something happens. Another free prep you can do this weekend is practice an internet fast. You can do that. I'm not doing it, but you can. One way to disconnect from the internet is to start small. Just take an hour and play a game with your family, or maybe you could do a craft project together. Make a pact that no phones and no internet for that hour. Take your kids outside and play in the sunshine. If it's just adults at your house, maybe turn the TV off and do an afternoon of reading. One thing that always surprises me when I do an internet fast is how many times I reach for my phone or think, hey, maybe I'll check Instagram and see who's on. Yeah, that's a tricky bit right there. It's really a study of self. So go ahead and practice that internet fast, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and see how many times you think about getting on the internet, how many times you want to get on the internet. Oof, that's tough stuff. If you stayed this far, number 11 is inventory the stuff you already have. I am the worst about buying preps and not putting them away properly. I just did a whole video on that recently. I'll link it in the little thingy up here. Oh my goodness. So inventory what I already have, rotate what I already have, and put away preps that I've been working on.
Prime example, here is all of the canning that I did in April. The jars are washed, the rings are removed, they're ready to be labeled and put on the shelf, but I haven't done it quite yet.
A few weekends ago, Mr. Biggs and I went through all of our extra clothes and our extra blankets, all of the things, our Ren Fair costumes, the things that we wanted to keep and the things that we wanted to get rid of. And in doing that, we discovered that I had no backup socks and no backup bras. Here they are, ready to be put away. And that is something that I can do today for free. We did the inventory on these drawers a couple of weeks ago just to make sure that we had plenty of extra everything. There's a couple extra pairs of tennis shoes down there. And now everything is all put away. And I have plenty of extras, and so does Mr. Biggs. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. I need to get busy and put away all of those jars now. Thank you again for supporting my channel. If you wouldn't mind liking the video and maybe leaving me a comment, I would love that. Thank you again, and remember everybody, I would rather be a year early than a day late. And this is a great weekend to prep for free.